Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dio's for Holiday Singles. We got our third match of the weekend. It's going to be Wanderio, seed 104 versus Priest EIXO, seed 73. But it's actually Wanderio, first seed coming out of the group. Did go 3-0 in their group, did have some close matches. One of those went to tiebreaker. Priest EIXO was in a group that had 3 players going 2-1, but did manage to make it out based off the tiebreaker, which is point differential. I'm iFlame, joined today by Cheese. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Welcome back, everybody. This is the third match of the weekend. This is the first tier 2 map or match. Oh no, it's the second one. Okay, but yeah, we're here for warm-ups here. Obviously, very unconsequential here with these. What are these tech sliders? They don't even fit on the screen.
Oh, not even a little bit. But I guess I don't need to. You know, this is the kind of song where you just map whatever you want, and no one will question it.
Also, 8-star map too.
Yeah, a little bit harder than the pool, which is closer to 6.5 stars on the higher end.
And as you can expect out of these map pools, I wouldn't say they're as goofy as last weekend's pools. There's some like, you know, I don't think there's any like 30-second Jimmy Neutron map, which is very unfortunate, you know, not to see cartoon openers here.
Yeah, we definitely saw some fun things in the pool. We got 5 Dragon Force maps, 1 in each one category. We got, from what I've heard, the HD2 has some 2B components, which should be interesting, and we will hopefully not break the client. We'll see.
I made sure to download the map pack onto T-Climb beforehand, so hopefully if there's any map edits from whenever the map pack was made to now, hopefully we're all good.
I hope so.
But yeah, and I heard that what was it? Hidden One has funky like hit sounds.
Oh, I guess we'll find out.
Was that is that a different map? I forgot. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Dio asked me to ignore turn off the ignore beat map skin, so I can't wait to see what it is.
We'll see if it ends up being picked. I have a feeling Hidden 2 is likely going to be banned, but it would be fun to see. DT3 being 330 BPM, also quite likely to be banned. Oh, we do have another warm-up, it looks like.
Yes.
So we'll get through the warm-up before we get into picks and bans.
Another banger here, too.
It
makes me want to get up and dance and do the salsa. And then it gets to this part. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like kind of salsa music. The music changed up on me. And holy aim control map, oh my lord. Someone call worst HR player play this.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the worst HR player map. No denying that. And it seems like last week, DT3 very frequently banned out by Wanderio, as well as the Hidden 3, the Hard Rock 1, No Mod 4, so some variety there. So we may see that DT3 banned out yet again, as it is incredibly fast this week. And unsure if we'll see a No Mod 2 ban along with that, like we have seen. No, there's some crazy back and forth, and Wanderio is actually hitting them.
This actually looks really fun to play if I was good enough to play a map like this. If I'm being quite honest.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm nowhere near good enough to play this map.
I mean, for a map like this, I think the tapping players can rejoice quite happily when you open up the map pool and you see 5 Dragon Force songs in the map pool.
Yeah, kid, you're generally going to be pretty sad as a tapping player when you see that much Dragon Force. Now, mind you, one of the Dragon Force maps is like a AR8 2B map. Another one of them is CS 7.8. So it's not just, pure tapping maps, but still definitely have tapping elements. And we should get into the bans for real this time. Thankfully, we don't have, 4 warm-ups. That would be a mess. Hidden 2 is gone very quickly. Banned by Priest.
I don't like the first 2 warm-ups. I don't see anymore.
Agreed. No more 5 Hard Rock 3, so bans out. I believe that's Chipscape, as well as a Scared Lot. So leaving all the GT maps open, and Hidden 3 banned out, so it seems like Priest not interested in playing those Hiddens. Leaves Hidden 1 as a potential good pick for Wanderio, and maybe, do we have the low AR no mod map? We do. No mod 6, another potential pick for Wanderio, considering the Hidden ban.
Oh, it's a Hollow Wings map. Uh-oh. Oh, DT3. He did, Wanderio did leave up all the tapping. And Priest is just going to take advantage of that and go straight to Ring of Fire, DT3. 330 BPM burst tapping map. This is a significantly higher BPM than last week's DT3. Last week's DT3 is 255, and we just jump, what's the math on that? 255, BPM. Yeah, 80 BPM. Oh my lord.
It's pretty crazy. Wanderio, again, did ban out DT3 in every single match last week, so evidently not so much a fan of the tapping. And Priest looking to take advantage. Both players off to a decent start, but Priest has dropped a lot of accuracy, and this is a very short map. Accuracy is going to be a big deal. Wanderio finds the miss, but is going to hold on to the lead for now because there's just no accuracy lead on Priest. 10% accuracy difference, absolutely massive on a map like this. We'll see if that stabilizes as Priest does start to bring the score back.
Yep. Does hold on to very high accuracy, which keeps him in the lead. And there's going to be the combo break from Priest that Wanderio is looking for. Now he holds a pretty significant combo and act lead. And with a pretty significant 50k score lead on a 2-minute map, things can still shake up pretty quickly here, but we still see another break come from Priest. Looks like he, maybe starting to look like a little bit of mispick. He's probably, based off what Dario's performance last week on this DT3 pick, hoping that, maybe he doesn't have to FC or get that good of a score to be about Wanderio, but it looks like that is not the case right now. As we get into the more death-streaming part of the map, both players finding a break, but Wanderio ultimately looks a lot more comfortable on the 330 BPM than Priest at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Wanderio finally drops the combo, but it feels like the damage has been done. 160,000 is so much score to make up on a map like this, especially when the ending is so difficult to hold combo on. And yeah, maybe getting faded a little bit by last week's bans from Wanderio. Meanwhile, Wanderio looking quite comfortable on this 330 BPM streams. Looks like they're going to be able to get about 450k. Does find the miss at the end, but it is far too late as it's going to be an early break point. And 1-0 for Wanderio.
And look at the seedings here, 104-73. Kind of find it hard to believe that Wanderio for the very first map's gonna break point off of Priest.
Yeah, but keep in mind, right, Wanderio 3-0 out of the group stage, whereas Priest did get second in the group. So Wanderio is actually the higher seed out of groups despite the qualifier seeding. And now Priest is going to need to find a breakpoint back at some point in this match. We get a very quick hidden 1 pick, unsurprisingly, with those other 2 hiddens banned out. The hidden 1 seems like an obvious choice. And this one, it's a chameleon map. It's going to be technical.
You guys like VTubers? Into it here.
Yeah, and Dio warned us about this this deep mode skin. So we have the correct one. We've been saved. Maybe.
It's too late now to change the skin.
Oh well, we're going. And this time around, it's Priest off the early accuracy lead, but it's not quite the 10% difference that we saw in the previous map. 3% is going to be not too consequential as Priest drops that accuracy right back and all of a sudden is behind Wanderio yet again.
Yeah, very, I'd say, pretty confident pick for Wanderio right here. It does make sense to go into hidden 1 after the hidden 2, hidden 3 ban. So ultimately, Priest is just not going to be comfortable at any hidden reading whatsoever. So Wanderio is going to take advantage of that, go to hidden 1, and consolidate that break point with a point of his own and be up advantage. But right now it's night and day. Got 98 versus 89%, almost a 10% difference in accuracy, and over 200 combo difference between the two players, and a very huge score gap as well. Getting to the halfway point, 150k, and it's just gonna grow from there. But there's a break from Wanderio. Priest, I think he has to FC the rest of the map to have a chance of taking back the score lead.
Yeah, with this accuracy, it's gonna have to be. Can't really afford to find a miss, and banning is not easy. You see the B rank down by 140,000, and with score V2, 400 combo, it's a good amount. But we're going to see how slowly this score lead goes back over, purely off of that accuracy. I mean, it has recovered a little bit. It's now 7% instead of the previous 10, but the question is whether Priest can hold on for long enough. The score lead has only dropped by about 15,000 points. It's just not nearly enough, and may need a drop from Wanderio as well in order to make the comeback. It does hit the pattern, but continues to find 100s, and might run out of time unless we see another miss from Wanderio. The score is just not going back over quickly enough.
Yeah, I think oh, okay, there's a break. That's gonna sell it right there. I was gonna say, I think Priest is trying to sacrifice all the accuracy for the combo, but it doesn't matter eventually in the end. And by the way things were looking, I don't know if there was a chance, but you know, the volume of nodes does pick up in the end here. So maybe there was a chance, maybe there wasn't. Guess the world may never know. But Wanderio is gonna take this point here on his first pick and be up a 2-0 advantage, and Priest is just, it is head and 1. He was not expected to win this, so he's just gonna take that one on the chin and just continue on to his next pick.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if Priest continues to go for the tapping. There are quite a few tapping options left open still. The notable one would be the No Mod 2 is the likely next pick if he wanted to go into tapping. But with that loss on the DT3, I think Priest might be hesitant to go back into tapping and might feel pressure to switch it up. Maybe opt into something like the aim, maybe one of the hard rocks. It is tough to say. Could be something like the hard rock 2, or might just say the Ring of Fire was a fluke. I'll stick with the DTs and the tapping and hope for the best.
Yeah, maybe it was, but it looks like he will be going into aim after all. It's going to go and touch off by U for World. And Hard Rock 1. I would say maybe Tech could have maybe benefited Priest there. All in all, you look pretty. He was able to combo through the hidden 1, that one being a tech map, so maybe another tech map probably may have suited Priest. But no, we'll be going with this map here. Very famous opener for that anime, Promised Neverland.
Yeah, bit of a longer one as well. 4 minutes, much longer than any of the maps that we've seen so far. So it's very much going to be a test of consistency. You're going to see the patterns themselves are much more comfortable than the patterns we've seen on the previous maps so far, but it's a question of whether or not you can hit those consistently for 4 minutes straight and through multiple key eyes. And on a longer map like this, we should see much closer accuracy, but if you do fall behind on accuracy, all it takes is 4 or 5% to make a massive difference.
So far, accuracies look pretty stable at this point here. Obviously, Wanderio is going to be up ahead just by a little bit. Okay, never mind. Has a huge chain 100 there on that little stream. It's going to put Priest in the lead now. And he's gonna try to hang on to that 2% accuracy as much as he can, get through the opener of the song. And yeah, it's just an A map here. It's nothing too crazy to really worry about. I think it might be just sight readable if you're used to the AR 10 on Hard Rock. But I guess we'll see as we about to go into the first TI section here.
Yeah, both players still holding strong with the combos. The accuracy, only 1%, isn't going to be a massive factor for now. It's really going to come down to who finds this first break, and this is a big point for Priest, but does find the miss on the Ki. That is devastating. Now really needs a miss from Wanderio, as that score is going to flip back over in an instant, and I feel like if you lose this pick, not only are you down 3-0, but it's really tough to find a new pick for your last chance, because if you can win this Hard Rock 1, maybe it opens up the Hard Rock 2, but if you lose the Hard Rock 1, finding the next pick is impossible. Before the next pick, though, have to focus on the map at hand, and it's currently Wanderio leading the race by about 500 combo and 50,000 points, so far from insurmountable, but things are starting to look a little tough for Priest.
Yep, he is currently 500 combo behind. It's not impossible for a comeback. Still got half the map on this 4-minute map, so definitely comeback goal for Priest if we see any sort of breaks from Wanderio. All in all, it's looking pretty good right now. So let's see FC with 97% act. Although Priest does lead in accuracy, I think that's his only saving grace right now. And there's gonna be a break from Wanderio. Priest, as long as he can hold through the Ki and in between the Ki's, he should be pretty good. The thing is that even in between the Ki's, the map is still kind of hard. Still tests your aim.
Yeah, this map is not nearly as spiky as a lot of A maps, right? So.
Oh yeah, it's not.
Yeah. That's a big section. Priest hits it, and Priest. This is a fairly easy tech section, but does still have some tricky jumps. And Priest, I think, should be able to take over this score lead. Needs to hold on for another 100 combo or so. It's down to 20,000 points. Wanderio with another miss is going to speed this up and hits those sliders as well. So Priest looking good to finally get a point in this match. Just needs to close this one out on the last PI.
Yep. This is Priest's own pick, so he's not gaining a huge advantage from winning his pick, but will put himself on the board. Kind of give him some skin in this game. And yeah, I think he already surpassed Wanderio's net max combo. And yeah, it's going to be taking the score lead here. 50k and growing. You have a slit of the map left. And there's goes a break from Priest. I don't think Wanderio has enough combo or the accuracy to turn over, but I guess we'll see here. As long as Priest can just hold out for a little bit, I think he has all but gotten this point, but we'll see what happens in this little outro section here in the last like 20 seconds on the map. And so far he's looking pretty good, and there's a break from Wanderio, and that's going to be in a nail and coffin there. Priest is going to be taking this point here, his very first point in this match, going to be making the score line 2-1. Still down a break point though. We'll have to get that back here sooner or later.
Yeah, and Priest, of course, going to be very happy to get a point. As you mentioned, does need a break point, but generally expect that break point to potentially come later in the match. It is best of 11 this time around, so you have a little bit more time to find that break point as opposed to the best of 9s. I believe you have, I want to say 4 picks each, or is it 5 picks each in the best of 11? Yeah, it should be 5 picks each.
It is 5, well. Yeah. 10
and
pick
so,
maps.
Exactly, yeah. And so when you get down into those, 8th, 9th, 10th maps, that's when it gets a lot less comfortable. And so you can look to get a break point back there. It doesn't need to happen early, but you do need to keep winning your own maps. No mod 6, this is when we expected considering the low AR hidden ban. This is your low AR no mod map. It's going to be a bit rhythmic and, of course, AR8 CS5.
This is a commonly pulled tournament map, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Is this custom for another? No, this wasn't, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this map in other tournaments, kind of using the skill set. But as we get into it, Priest does find the first break, and plenty of act drops go around there too. Obviously not comfortable on anything low AR or anything that requires reading. It is recovering here, but we'll find another break. Wanderio looking like he's done this before. We'll find a break on the stream, but it won't be that consequential as Priest is going to trade it. But it's a very dirty break from Priest as he drops a lot of act on the way. Also, Wanderio kind of stabilizing his accuracy. Does have 96, so that's going to be enough to keep give him the score lead and grow it.
Yeah, Priest just continues to find misses. As you mentioned, she is just not comfortable on the AR8. This is a very good pick from Wanderio, and despite the early miss, you don't need to FC every map, you just need to outscore your opponent, and looking to do just that here. Now, it's not technically over, but it's certainly very close. Wanderio finds the miss, but again, with that combo and accuracy, we're going to need to see quite a few more misses come out from Wanderio in order for Priest to make a comeback.
I don't know what happened to Wanderio there. It looked like he stopped playing right before the little break section. Not that it matters all too much. I just got a little worried that he's just stopped playing. But yep. About a third of the map left. I don't suspect this score lead to lead anywhere but to Wanderio's side. Got some more sliders incoming. Not really affecting neither player, and I spoke too soon. Yeah. Wanderio's just gotta find his way to the finish line here and collect his third point.
Yep, third point should be collected as we come to the end of this map. And Priest will have the next pick. You really can't afford to give up a second break point in this match, so need to win every single one of your own picks. But thankfully, with that win on the Hard Rock 1, has been given some direction in terms of pick strategy. Could look towards that Hard Rock 2, or instead might look towards some of the other aim maps in the pool. You still have the Nomad 1 and the DT 1. So looking towards one of those three as potential picks. I would be surprised to see Priest go back to the tapping this early on in the match.
Now, I getting the feel of this pool here, getting a sense of it, and it's kind of a staple of this tournament where all the skill sets go from like 0 to 10 real quick. So this is like a totally big spike in difficulty here as we go from the 6-star to average 6.5 star. All these maps are starting to look a lot harder, a lot less FCable as we saw last weekend. And yeah, it does the players do have to sweat just a little bit more here. It's still a 6.5 average star map pool in an open rank tournament, so it's probably still a little bit of a walk in the park, but they're gonna have to work harder for that FC though.
They certainly are, and this one they're not going to have to wait long because this map is only a minute. This is going to be your DT aim, basically your DT farm map. Pretty similar to the Nomad one we had last week. And so far, both players off to a good start. We do see Priest dropping a ton of accuracy on that section, only down by a couple percentage points though, so not going to be the end of the world. We're already a quarter of the way through the map, and Priest continues to drop 100s. Is going to be down by 25,000 just off of accuracy. Is going to be relying now on a miss from Wanderio, but we've seen Wanderio look very consistent on so many of these maps. Halfway through, and Priest desperately needs a miss. The score lead continues to grow, and it is just accuracy cheese.
Oh my lord, this is very close here. There's the break from Wanderio. Oh no, and Priest trades it. He has less act. He didn't hold it long enough to take the score lead back, and I think with that, that's gonna. I don't want to say it's gonna end it there, but Priest gotta do something about the accuracy here quick. But I don't know if he can. And Wanderio is gonna be taking another break point from Priest, but this one only being a 20k score difference. Very, very volatile on a 1-minute map like this. And Wanderio S-ranked it. Oh, it's a slider break.
Yeah, it was a slider break. That is so tough for Priest. Gives up a second break point, now down 4-1, and it was so close. I mean, just needed to hold on for another 20 combo and would have had it. Even 1% higher accuracy would have done it, but that's why accuracy is so important. The combos were pretty much even, but it's the accuracy in this match that has been making the difference time and time again. We get a very quick Nomad 4 pick from Wanderio. It's going to be It's No Game, David Bowie. And this one is going to be another very long tech map at 4 minutes 16 seconds. So another consistency test.
David David Bowie. I kind of know some of his music, but how do you turn David Bowie music into a tech map? That's my
I don't know.
question.
I mean, it could not be a
Is
tech map. I'm just
I was
assuming
like,
it's tech because it's Nomad 4, but
yeah, I was thinking, okay, maybe Nomad 3 might be the tech map here. I can't see David
yeah,
Bowie
it could be
being a
all.
tech map.
I will find out shortly. I mean, it's 101 BPM, so it's not quite
Oh yeah.
alt. A little too slow for that, as it's going to be a bit of a build-up before we find out what kind of map we're getting ourselves into. And it seems like it is going to be more of a slider aim map, you could say, than your typical tech map.
It's like a swing rhythm type map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen Priest struggling quite a bit with the accuracy, and the thing with these swing rhythm maps is they tend to have a lot of doubles that if you're not well practiced on them and don't have your sense of rhythm down, it's very easy to get an 100 on every single one of these doubles, and there are a lot of them, and already we see Priest down by only 1%, so not as bad as we've seen in previous maps, but it could again make the difference if the combo is even.
Yeah, this map looks very hard to hack here. It looks pretty simple to combo. It's pretty straightforward, I'd say, as far as jump and aims go and slider aim. It is kind of rhythmic-y, not to the likes of Nomad 6, but it kind of have to get used to the rhythm to kind of get a pretty decent accuracy on this map. As you see here, both players build the FC, only 7K score difference. It's just a difference in accuracy at this point. And Priest gets get Buzz Slider scared. Will be finding a slider break. Wanderio not gonna trade it. It's gonna hold on to the FC and combo advantage as we approach the halfway mark here. And he is also growing in accuracy too. Priest's break was very unfortunate, both to his combo and to his accuracy, as he dropped from 95 to 93, dropping hundreds and fifties along the way with that break.
Yeah, and this is kind of what the map is, right? There aren't any more crazy patterns. There might be one more tough buzz slider pattern, but otherwise it's just kind of this slower slider aim, and Wanderio has been incredibly consistent on it, back up to 95% accuracy now, and that's what's so tough about that earlier buzz slider pattern is if you do get through it and your opponent does it, the rest of the map after that is not free combo, but relatively easy if you can hold on to your nerves, and now it's a 100,000 point difference. Priest is doing a really good job of recovering, but unless we see a miss from Wanderio, that recovery combo is not going to matter.
Oh, yeah, he's absolutely holding on right now. And, I mean, I think the only breakable patterns in this map are the buzz sliders. It's only a 110 beep or 101 BPM. I don't see players of this caliber really breaking on an A map where it's 101 BPM and at AR 9.3. I just don't see that happening. And we see it here and live with Wanderio holding on to the FC with pretty comfortable accuracy, 95%. Obviously not too high for open rank tournament, but that's kind of just the rhythm of the map here is kind of wonky.
It is, and I'm not sure if there is another tricky buzz slider pattern, but if there is, it's going to be right at the end. And unfortunately, even if Wanderio breaks on that section, it's going to be much too late, as I think this map might already be over 200,000. There's the miss. That will make it certifiably over, as Wanderio is going to be on match point, and Priest has the next pick, but now needs 2 breakpoints to make a comeback, and needs to win all of their own picks. It's a long road ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, seeding definitely not a contributor here in this tournament. Seeding is solely based off rank with BWS, so, you know, people's skills certainly won't be reflected in seeding whatsoever. Just gonna be based solely on tournament experience and, you know, kind of just showing up for the match, playing the best you can, just better than your opponent.
Yeah.
Both actually S ranking. He's breaking on all sliders.
Yeah, those buzz sliders are dangerous. Goes back into the tapping now. We have got defenders. I think this is a pretty well-known map. Don't need to say too much about it. It is incredibly long though, 5 minutes and 43 seconds with, I believe, an absolutely brutal ending, but the ending isn't going to matter too much. Even if you, unless it's really close at the ending, which is possible. We've seen some close scores on this one, but I expect we'll see quite a few breaks on this map. The accuracy is going to be quite important. At 190 BPM, though, I think this should be a fairly comfortable BPM for both players. It's just a matter of whether they can keep up the ACK over the entirety of this 5-minute map.
And it's also CS5, so you definitely have to control your cursor aim there when getting into the streams, as you won't have the comfortability of CS4, so something to consider when going into this Nomad 2. But Nomad Stamina players will just eat this map up alive. I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't think it has the craziest flowing patterns ever, so, you know, I don't think it's anything Wanderio really has to worry about. It is only 190 BPM, so I don't think he's going to get speed cap. He looked pretty good on the TT3, so, you know, well, I guess we'll just see what happens. It's a 5-minute map. A lot of combo to be had. Super high max combo. I don't know what it is. Was it in the 3,000s?
Something like that.
Nah,
yeah,
2,100.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Because the map is so long, the patterns themselves are much easier, so you expect to see significantly higher combos from both players. We could very easily see those combos getting up to 1.5k, 2,000, and what that means is when you do find a miss, you're not down by 200 combo. All of a sudden, you're down by 1.5k combo, and unless your opponent misses soon after, it can quickly become an insurmountable lead, as both players looking good so far and holding very strong accuracies, both hitting around that 99.5 area, and so unless we see big drops towards the end, I don't think accuracy is going to be a huge factor on this one. I suspect it's just going to come down to 1 or 2 misses, and we see our first miss of this map, and it's going to be from Wanderio. So Priest now has a chance to get a point on the board, but we still have a lot of map to go. And this is what I mentioned. It's 800 combo difference to recover from, and so now needs that miss to happen really soon from Priest, because it's going to continue to be an 800 combo advantage, and that's going to really grow the score lead.
Yeah, he does have 0.5% accurate also. It is OD 8.5, so I don't think we're going to see probably really high accuracies here. And get into the next key. Oh my god, Priest on sliders. Oh my lord. That is broken only on sliders the past 2-3 maps. And it's very unfortunate. And that's going to be Wanderio with the combo lead. It is a difference of 300-ish combo. But luckily for Priest, he does hold the accolades. So I should probably keep him in the lead for quite a while. Just keep in mind, Priest had around a 1k max combo, so that's going to be the goal for Wanderio. If he wants to score lead back, he's going to have to probably hit that 1k combo and some more, being down in accuracy. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that seems about right, and that's assuming we don't see any misses from either player. Bit of a slower section now. The players have time to think about the match, let the nerves settle in, and hopefully we don't see any misses immediately after the break. But that is what you see sometimes. Right after a slow section or right after a break, the players get nervous, they overthink the start of the next hard section, and we sometimes see misses, and there it is on the slow section. Wanderio is not going to be happy about that. You know, as you can't afford to miss there. Didn't even bring the score lead back over, so this is Priest now with a 25,000 score lead and a 600 combo advantage. Look into the hard section now, though. Priest could very easily find a miss here and give an opening back to Wanderio. Looking good, hits that stream, drops a couple 100s, but does hit the pattern, and Priest is in a very good spot.
Yeah, I mean, he hits the flow aim section there. I don't think it gets harder than that from here on out. So if you're able to hit that pattern, I can see the player basically I've seen the rest of the map. But I guess we'll see if the stamina holds up or not. And yeah, it's just who put aim in my Nomad 2 moment for Wanderio. On the
That
jump, on
is
the one big jump of the map.
that is always how it goes when you are a stream player, but 70,000 points is an absolutely massive score differential on a map this long, and we're very quickly running out of time. I think even if Priest misses now, it would be incredibly close, and Priest showing no signs of slowing down as it's looking very likely that Priest will get a second point on the board, but Wanderio is still going to be on match point, so not going to be too concerned about dropping a point here, as they still have, I believe, at least 2 picks to try and secure the win here. But Priest putting up a very impressive performance, as looking to close this one out with a 99.5, 1.6k combo potentially if they can hit the ending.
Yeah, and I think Priest is actually operating on a slider break, right? Still, so I think this is another S rank, third S rank in a row for Priest, but no FC, which is very, very sad to think about, but it's not gonna be too sad to say that he's got a second point on the board. But hopefully that will motivate him to get 4 more and win the match, or at least 3 more to go to tiebreaker. I guess we'll see. You know, got think about the choices that Wanderio's gonna have after this pick, and you know, I think the Hard Rock 2 might be something.
Yeah, I do think the picks from here on out get a little bit harder for Wanderio. Has picked into all the hidden, so hidden pool is gone. All the low AR maps are gone. Has picked that kind of AR4, and it looks like you were correct. We get the Hard Rock 2 through the fire and the flames. This map, CS 7.8, incredibly small circles. It is only OD 8.4, so I imagine a lot of the accuracy drops are going to come from misses rather than, missed aim rather than missed timing. But we'll have to see. This is I assume, a tapping precision map, and we've seen. Oh, okay, it has not been tapping so far. That is flow aim. And so far, I would definitely give Wanderio the edge on flow aim, and has been the case at the start of this map, as we already see 2 drops out of Priest, accuracy down to 85, whereas Wanderio looking quite comfortable on the 98% accuracy. And Priest needs to find some consistency on this map, needs to build some recovery to be able to capitalize on the eventual miss from Wanderio, but not building up that recovery quite yet.
Oh man, this looks like such a hard map here. Honestly, compared to the rest of the Hard Rock pool, I think this is definitely something. This definitely sticks out. It's CS 7.5 or 7.8 or something like that. It's, with a map like this, I'm just smashing my X key to make sure that I'm not missing these single tappable patterns. And with a lot of the aim control there, it's just really hard to combo throughout this map with good accuracy. Wanderio, though, looks like he's not having any trouble, so definitely a lot better than what I could do for sure. Still holds a very high combo, 400, almost 400, 95% AC, and it's just a stark difference from Priest right now.
Yeah, and it's a very big jump in precision, right? Like CS 6.5 is the most common, but in tournaments you don't really get a gradual increase. If occasionally you'll see 7.2, but most commonly if it's not 6.5, it's going to be something like 7.8, which is way, way smaller, and so much trickier in terms of precision, which makes it really tough to adjust to if you don't play a lot of precision in solo outside of the tournaments, or you don't play a lot of these high open rank tournaments that commonly pool at 7.8. And I will say Priest has done a really good job of recovering the combo, is ready to capitalize if Wanderio misses, but Wanderio has yet to find that miss, and unfortunately for Priest, the accuracy is still a very big problem, as Priest gets 100s on that entire pattern. Maybe Jody 8.4 not helping out quite as much as we expected, as Cheese, I think this is going to be the end of this match.
Yeah, I don't see a pathway for a comeback here for Priest, and that break didn't do it, then yeah. Yeah, 300k difference. Wait, how does Wanderio still comboing like this? What? Do you practice this map? Oh my lord. Wanderio, the precision king. Luckily, this isn't the full length through the fire and flames, which is what 5.5 minutes long. This one kind of being a cut version, only being 3 minutes and 20 seconds long.
Yeah, you can only fit so many 5-minute maps into a pool, but you can't imagine if all the Dragon Force maps in the pool were
Oh,
5 minutes long. We'd be here for
yeah.
a very long time, and I don't want to say anything quite yet, so I won't. But we are almost at the end of the map, and there it is, full combo from Wanderio. Very impressive performance to close out the map, getting 988k. Well played, Wanderio. Very valiant effort from Priest, but the accuracy was the downfall in the end. And Wanderio, I believe, will go on to play the winner of Riwa versus Raymia, whereas Priest will, I believe, go on to play the loser of that match, which will be later this weekend, but I don't think we have any more matches for today. Our next match is going to be tomorrow at 15 UTC. We've got a couple matches at that time. First, we've got a Tier 1 match, Hanori versus Satsuki. That should be a good one. And secondly, for Tier 2, we've got Lion versus Ryan Rothling. So stay tuned for those two matches.
All right. Yep. Been Firm Cheese, has been iFlame, and we'll catch you all tomorrow.
Yep. Take care.